Uprisers, hi, it is Trish LaCroix once again with Sacred Uprising Institute and Retreat. Today we have Mohammed, and he is out of Egypt. He's actually at a temple in Egypt right now, and he's waiting for this video to start so we can talk about ascension. And you'll get to see a beautiful temple. I was just video chatting with him, and it's beautiful, and it's I was in awe of seeing where he was, and so grateful that we have the opportunity to have this discussion with him today. Hi, Annette. So before he jumps on, I wanted to just remind everybody our retreat that is coming up September 18th, 19th, and 20th. Please go to sacreduprising.com. You can see some information about some of our speakers. You can see our rates, everything from live streaming of the sessions in the conference, as well as the individual price points for different rooms. All of the prices include, it's all inclusive. It includes your meals. It includes the charter bus from the airport in San Jose over to the retreat venue. So go ahead and take a look at it. We will have the schedule uploaded by probably by Monday of next week, so please don't miss out on that. So I met Mohammed on Facebook. Somehow we connected. We know how this happens. Sometimes you don't even know how you're connected. Here we go. I'm adding Mohammed. Hold on one second. Okay, Mohammed. And we started talking about Thoth, who's one of my strongest guides. We were talking about Hathor. And the wisdom that Mohammed has is just beautiful. Mohammed, welcome. I'm so
Hi.
grateful and excited.
Hello, everyone.
Yes, yes. So, Mohammed, where are you?
Okay.
What temple is this?
This is a very powerful Luxor temple. It was built by many famous pharaohs. The most important is Amenhotep III, which we believe that he was the ascended master Serapis, and then the famous king Tutankhamun and the great king Ramesses II. The temple was an energy point through all over the ages. Not only the ancient Egyptians built in here, Greeks, Romans, and even later, if you can see behind me, there is a mosque inside the temple. And down there, there's even the old church. So it looks like it was attracting everyone for unknown reason for a while, but now we can actually measure the amount of an amazing energy coming out everywhere, every night almost in this place.
It's
I chose, it is amazing place, and usually I come here when it is less crowded, as you can see. It is illuminated at night, so you can see all the features of the temple. And by the way, the Egyptian will hate the word temple, as the ancients call it the house of the universe. It was not a place where they come to worship gods. We just don't understand what you're doing in here, actually. And 200 years ago, when they deciphered the hieroglyphics, they couldn't understand what is the house of the universe means. So they just called it a temple, a place of worship. In the last 5 years or so, there has been a strange awakening. Those temples coming to life, if you can say in a way, you can feel actually the energy. You don't have to be a chakra or a yoga or doing anything here. Just walking around the temple, you can feel there is vibes, there is energy everywhere. You can't stop it. Whatever you do, it is in here. We see actually people with high sensitive, I can say, senses. Sometimes they cry or scream or jump happy. So for a while,
Mohammed,
okay. Can you hear me now?
You froze for a moment, that's all.
Okay. Anyway, in the last 5 years, there was, as I said, a strong awakening. There's uprising, if you can call it, everywhere in Egypt and the world, I think. The wisdom keepers for a long time wouldn't talk about it, only when you ask them, when they trust you. But nowadays, they're all coming out and talking about the great secrets of ancient Egypt. And the funny thing that the Egyptians themselves never considered the knowledge as a secret. In ancient Egypt, the knowledge was everyone's to share.
Yes.
Because the ancients, they believed that we're all one, we are all a collective knowledge. And the temple itself, actually a place, they called it also the gateway for the universe, for higher consciousness. Whatever you can call it nowadays, they did it a long time ago. At their time, there was no gurus, there was no priest to help you to join the collective. It was actually up to everyone. And that's what I wanted to talk about today. The Egyptians also, they didn't like the word ascension, by the way.
Okay.
Because they thought they are already ascended beings. In the Egyptian stories, which we read nowadays, they say that the humans actually, they are beams of light. They are already ascended beings. They came down to this reality. By the way, they didn't consider it a reality. It's a reality for the spirit, this energy of the universe, to experience life with all it is sadness, and to enhance life, to enhance the universe itself. And by the way, ascension was something not personal. You don't have to choose to do it or not. Actually, everyone has to do it in ancient Egypt because they believed you are a part of the universe. So if you fail to ascend, the universe will be less balanced, less intact. And one of the wisdom keepers, he asked me, why do you think the world is going to all of this chaos nowadays, to tsunamis, earthquakes, volcanoes everywhere? I said, because we messed up the universe, you know, the whole world. He said, not only that, but we failed to ascend, to join back. So there's missing pieces in the structure of the universe. That's why we feel sick, we fall ill, we die at an early age nowadays. People think it's just, you know, because of the food, because of the weather. It's because we kill ourselves by blocking our energy, by fail to connect with the universe, with our true selves. That's what happened to us. I want to flip the camera. I'm not sure how to do that, to show you something, because they left us instructions. I have to tell you something. They said they are not going to help us to ascend. You are the one who's going to help yourself to ascend, by the way. You become your own light. You ignite your own energy. There is no gods in here to help you. Even the word God in here means nature. So everyone is up to you to break the barriers and to become your own God. Let me switch the camera. I'm trying to, oh yes, thank you. Here, for example, we found those everywhere in here. I hope there is more light on the other one. Yes. Okay. You see this? In ancient Egypt, they called this bird the human race. Okay. If you noticed, it had seven rays. The 7 chakras you have to activate in order to fly. You can see he has a broken wing. So in order to ascend again, you have to fix your 7 chakras, your 7 rays to ascend again. And they call the place those who come, the people, to seek the knowledge of the stars of the universe.
Wow.
So again, it's not a place of worship. It's a place of communication, of ascension. It's a machine of some kind, if you can say. Machine to help us to rejoin ourselves again, to become us again. This was actually the main purpose of the temple. So over the ages, by the way, the Egyptians believed that when we ascended to experience life, we forgot our purpose. And then we built barriers around ourselves. We blocked ourselves. And then we failed to find the true meaning of life. We were consumed by our physical desires, by everyday money, struggle, everything, and failed to achieve our true purpose of experiencing life and then to ascend back to the collective. Let me show you something. And this is, by the way, one of the most important statues we have in the temple. Always there is 2. They always come in 2s, by the way. You can see one is still intact. And notice the forehead. There is a cobra. We will talk about it later. The other one, unfortunately, is destroyed. But the inscription down here is important. There's a big difference between that statue in particular. You can see he's sitting down in here, the pharaoh or the humans, with his hands on his, you can see in his knee, and he's grounded, okay? And you can see he's calm and he's confident. And there is other regular statues you can find in every temple. Those more of propaganda. He's a warrior king, he's a great one. But this one, we were trying to understand why the pharaoh is sitting down here doing actually nothing. But recently, we started to look closely, and we understood actually those are the instructions, the guidelines you need to reconnect, if I can say in a way. You can see this is used to be the feet of the statue, okay? And this is earth. This is our root chakra, if you can say, okay? Those two lines below the feet. And they said the first thing actually to break the circle is the thing that we talk about almost every day in here. Fight the enemy. You can see that's an enemy.
Yes.
You can see he's bound.
Yes.
And you can okay, here. You see what's happening now? I hope I can get all of it. This is the enemy in here. His hand is bound, and his body is a fortress. Can you see what looks like a structure or a pattern around it?
Right.
The Egyptian, they said, the first enemy is you, yourself. This is you who bound yourself. You can see in here. And you build barriers of fear, of doubt, of everything, of ego. So you build walls around yourself. So you failed actually to ascend. You destroyed your inner self. Not destroyed, but I mean, you blocked your inner self. And every day we struggle with ourselves. We have to fight. The first thing to fight is our ego, is our fear, is our doubt, all of that. This is the first step, by the way, of ascension of ancient Egypt or reascension. And in here, they say, if you can break all of that, now you can see the name taking a form in here. We call it the cartouche. Cartouche, by the way, means to encircle, to make a form. From the formless, distracted, living in pattern and circles, repeated pattern every day, into a form in here. I love actually the name of King Ramesses II. I'm so sorry, there is a call to prayer in here. I hope you can hear me. You still hear me? Okay.
Yes.
The famous name of King Ramesses II, by the way. Ra, light, and Amun is darkness. And here it means balance between the light and the darkness. Because the Egyptian believed life is not easy, life is not hard. It's a balance between light and darkness. Darkness is a part of us. You cannot deny it. It's in everywhere. It's in us. It is around us. So you cannot say, I am a saint who is living without a sin. There is inner part of you, inner desire. But you have to balance that. And this is a word for love in ancient Egypt. I'm going back to get you all of it. Okay, the first thing to see is there is a heart in the center. I will go closer. You see the heart or a lung. It can be both, by the way. And here, that is when you break all the barriers, you become a formless. Not a man, not a woman, not strong, not weak, not old, not young, but everything. You can see is a man with a feature of a lady. It's like a, what you call it, hermaphrodite, androgynous. It's all together. You become a form of the divine. And here is the other ones, because there is always balance, as you can see, between life. What is going on in here? Love in ancient Egypt means to breathe out. Can you see his bumping out of his heart, out of his lung? All the toxins. Exhale all that is bad. And then inhale, you can see beauty and the sun, the light up there. So this is the meaning of love, by the way. To get rid of the negativity, of hatred, it will be a pure form of love. And you can see the figure is binding us, both of them binding us into one. All the shapes and forms becomes one. You can see one big symbol.
Yes.
They called it in ancient
Yes.
times the Sema Tawi, the union, the oneness. When you put all of these elements and get rid of all the bad things, that's when you achieve love and beauty. And this is a way of the ancient Egyptians. It was so simple and difficult in the same time. I know it looks easy, but it's not. It takes even a lifetime to understand the concept itself. But they thought the heart chakra, or the center, when you center yourself and fill your heart, your lungs, your body with all that's good, the energy of the universe. I'm trying to go up to show you the rest of it, but up there you can see the light.
Yes.
The sun, if I can show you here in the center.
Right.
And you can see the key of life. The key of life is the alpha and the omega. What's above as below. What is in here will happen up there. And my most favorite, I hope you can see. Can you see the cobra? The cobra.
Yes, I do.
There in the middle.
Yes.
I know it's hard to see. They showed the cobra because, you know, the cobra builds itself. For every step in the life of the cobra or the snake, they get out or get rid of their own skin. It is the same old cobra, but it is a new body, a new potential, a new improvement, a higher consciousness. So always the cobra was a symbol of regeneration, a higher consciousness, all that's beautiful things. That's why you can see the cobra always here in the forehead of the king. He has become aware. He become one with the universe. He become ascended being. That's why you can see him sitting like that over there. He's not a warrior, not a man, not a woman. He is the all-seeing eye, the cobra that sees everything. He has become ascended beings. And that's what they wanted to send us. This is a message. They said, no one will do it for you. You are the one who have to break all the fear, all the doubt. You are the one who have to find love, and love will get you up there. Back to you, Trisha.
Yes. Oh, that is so powerful, Mohammed. That is so powerful. This picture, this right here, this one that you were showing with the heart at the bottom, that just moves me. That is what we're teaching. That is what, and it's beautiful how we're this universal teaching that we're doing, that it is so aligned with what is taught in Egypt. I'm blown away right now. I did not know any of this.
Lifetime to understand it, of course, but also it is a simple way. Exactly. And here I want to show you always, here you can see King Tut and his wife, again shown in the same way. They are balanced, the male and the female. They are now become ascended beings. And that's what they wanted to tell us. But we always fail to understand the message. We're always consumed by our doubts and fears. I hope, you know, in the future, we will see it much more than just statues or ancient civilization. You have to understand they were in here to teach us, to tell us what to do. Not to guide us, to help us. We have to help ourselves. Okay.
Yes. I love that.
I know it takes a lifetime.
Remind me what you said is that while people call it a temple, you said what did you say it was, that the actual definition was?
It is the house of the universe. It is a communication device. Exactly. It is.
That is beautiful. The house of the universe. Wow.
Every day and every moment.
That's beautiful. And it makes it just so I'm actually in awe. I think I already told Mohammed, and I haven't shared it. From the time when I was little, I had memories of Egypt, and I would have dreams of Egypt. And I was always called to Egypt. So for me, this is like going home. This is like, I have memories. So this for me is overwhelming, and the truths are just like integrated in me with what
Yes. So it's sorry, it's a bit loud in here. I'm trying to get away from it.
We can hear you.
And by the way, you can hear me? Okay. I just want to show you also the most famous gods of Egypt. Tot, the god of wisdom, and you can see Seshat, Cyrus. They are the ones you can see recording everything for us. We call them the first ones, the first Atlanteans, if you wish to say, the first ones who taught us about all of this amazing information, if I can say. Of course, nowadays, by the way, we try to scratch the surface of all of that. There is a whole, you can see a whole informations and carvings everywhere around this temple. I can say thousands of spells and formulas trying to tell us that we don't need anything. We don't within us. It is inside us. We just need to find it. I think I believe them, and I love this idea because nowadays we became more dependent on help. We try to seek help, always fall down and stay in darkness and hoping that there is a beam of light will come and kidnap us or take us up there. No, we are the beam, we are the universe. And when we become the universe, we can achieve anything we want. This is their way. You can see in here what we call an obelisk. I hope I can get all of it.
Okay.
And again, it's a record.
Oh.
It's pretty huge, you can see.
Yes.
Again, it tells us that the gods are not gods. They are aspects of the universe.
Yes.
So don't, just wait there. You have to do it yourself. Again, you can see the biggest statues at the front. And the other statues, which I told you about as a warrior king, that's propaganda, but those are the most important. Even by passing through the temple gate, as you can see in here, you can feel their energy. They put them in here in a purpose that everyone seeking the knowledge. Sorry?
No, I was just going to say, Mohammed, I can feel the energy through the phone. I'm actually sweating because the energy is so strong. It's beautiful.
Exactly. That's what they wanted the people to get, to be inspired. Just by walking into this place, they can feel that they're already there. So they don't feel, that's too hard to achieve or anything. No, it's within their grasp,
Wow.
And this was their message. Again, we fail to do it nowadays because we became more obsessed by this reality, which, by the way, they thought is just an illusion. As I said, it's just an experience. It's a good experience to learn, to enhance life, and to become what you are.
Right. You just talked about Seshat. Was she not a divine union with Thoth?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. I just wanted to confirm that. Okay.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Thoth himself, yeah.
So why was she writing with King Tut?
Because it's Thoth is the physical word, and she is the oral word. She is a spiritual part of the word, because he believed even the written words, the sound, if I can say, that's easy to explain, the sound, the vibration of the sound, they can create things, they can initiate us, not only the written words. And this is their way. There is a balance for everything. There is physical and there is a spiritual, even in the words. And nowadays, by the way, the Bible said in the beginning it was a word, right? If I am right, the Bible said it was a word. It's not the written word, by the way. It is a God that, created through word, through sound, the light. Exactly the same basic idea.
Yes.
As I said.
Oh. This is so amazing. So
I know, believe me, there is... Sorry?
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
There is a lot in here. I'm just trying to give you hints of what is there. By the way, I need a lifetime to explain everything. But this is just a small, very small hint, scratching the surface even of what is there. Maybe in the future we can talk, by every subject, which again, we need a lifetime. But anyway, I just wanted to tell the people the message of ancient Egypt. It is so simple. It's not crazy. It's not hard. Life is hard, yes, but we can turn this into something beautiful. We can learn from it. We can experience pain and make something beautiful out of it. And this is how you can ascend and become a better person.
I've got to tell you, Mohammed and I were talking before we did this video, and I made a comment that, Charles, who, by the way, that's a great comment, honey, to having to go to Egypt. I think this would be an amazing sacred uprising trip for so many of us to go and to learn about Egypt and just the universal language and truths and wisdom. It's beautiful. It's overwhelming, and I love the way that you explain it. It's so divine.
There's every part of Egypt, or ancient Egypt, they try to teach us something. They were not about the conquest or destroying the others. They always wanted to teach us more and more about life, and this was their message, which, by the way, we failed to understand it. As I said, when we stripped away all the spiritual parts of Egypt, we became physical in even studying God. We try to prove God in a lab nowadays. We don't take God as a universe, as the energy that makes me and you. And this is what, where we, I think, messed up. You can have your own, knowledge of everything, but losing faith, losing this amazing ability. And by the way, the Egyptians, they believe they are born with 360 senses, and we block most of them. We say it was 5 or 6. But that's ruining everything.
Wow.
This is a statue of the beautiful goddess Isis. We will talk about her one day.
Oh, I can't wait.
She's a mother. She's the womb of life. She's the creator of everything. I know it's a bit hard to see everything in the light, but sorry, I'm using a Chinese phone, so I hope the camera is good enough. I just broke my iPhone, the life of a tour guide, It's not an Indiana Jones style anymore, but still, I am falling a lot. I wanted to show you the beautiful Sphinx Avenue, 1100 Sphinx, guardians to guard the spirit of those who are going to ascend. You can see it's stretched all over the city in the ancient times.
Yes.
I hope I can, can go close enough. I hope I won't fall, but anyway, here.
That's beautiful.
Each one, by the way, is a different face. Shows us, the human race in general. You can see how much they stretch. Yes. Almost 2 miles of those.
Wow.
So in ancient Egypt, actually, death was a celebration because you're going back to your true self. It's not about, dying and decaying. No. And here you can see the facade of the temple. Imagine those coming to ascend. This was what they saw in ancient times.
Oh, that's beautiful. Wow, the presence is just, there's so much sovereignty in that presence. Wow.
I know, yes. I wish you were here and can experience all of this amazing energy, going through.
Well, when I am there, you'll be my tour guide, correct?
I hope so. It will be a pleasure actually to take you, and we can both discover more and more of ancient Egypt.
Oh,
because I believe life is.
Yes, I feel like going there. It's finding myself again, finding aspects of myself that I have forgotten in this reality that I'm in right now. That's beautiful. It's lovely. It's so lovely.
Well, Trisha, I think I have to go because the guard's getting really angry about me. Okay. But
okay, Mohammed.
Well, the temple closed half an hour ago, but I'm staying. But anyway.
Okay, Mohammed, thank you so much. I can't wait to do this.
It's been a pleasure
again. Thank you. You've really honored me and honored my audience. Thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure sharing with everyone this amazing knowledge. And hopefully the people, will help me also to understand this amazing life.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
See you soon, everyone.
All right.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.